Welcome back to the Hotel Orloff here. It's the Garage to Orloff show coming to you in color. It's December 17th, 2023. Moments after the last episode unceremoniously ended, the camera fell to its doom and the episode ended. So we're just continuing on with what we were doing, which is bagging and boarding here. So, what I'm doing is, like this is the Champions, number 3, sent to me as a gift from Charlton 66. So I take the book out, and Charlton 66 also gifted me with Silver Age bags and boards. So I'm going to put the Champions book into a Silver Age. Boy, the art's great in here. Look at this fantastic art. Pencils, George Tuska. Inks, Vince Coletta. Okay. People like to insult Vinny Coletta. Don't you do that. Okay, so, alright. That's always, when you have a 25-cent buck, you'll always check for the, it was before they started doing the, well, it might be on the letters page. I'm not finishing my sentences. Before they started doing the little trading marble value stamp, and it's still there. Charlton 66 wouldn't have sent a gift with the value stamp cut out. Okay, so this should fit wonderfully into this this bag, and it slides right in. So I already have the, yesterday I did the back-breaking work while I was watching Donald Trump of sliding a bunch of boards into bags, and that's the way I've come up with that I think makes it easier. Now I've been freed up with a golden age bag and board. Oh wait, here's some other books that need to be bagged and boarded, like this Captain America and the Falcon, number 170. I think I probably got this from Gotham City Comics, my favorite comic store, Gotham City Comics in Mesa, Arizona. Make sure you call him, Kevin Johnson, and buy some amazing stuff. Stuff. Yeah, anyway, so whatever. 170. 20-cent era was my time period, man. That's what I like. I mean, I'm not saying it's the best, it's just when I was a little kid. Okay, and then this Captain Marvel needs to be put into a protective sleeve as well. Man, that looks like Mitt Romney, doesn't it? Yeah, the many faces of Mitt Romney. No, Mitt Romney and what's his face? The governor, Gavin Newsom and Mitt Romney. Yes, indeed. Beautiful, beautiful stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Jim Starlin plot and art with Pablo Marcos on the inks. Okay, so this yeah, when you're broke, you get, you know, blessings come. Wonderful friends send you gifts, and then it's like you feel like you're not broke because all these wonderful things happen, blessings, where I can kind of still keep bagging and boarding. Even if I wasn't broke, there's no place to buy well, get it from Amazon. I complain just to complain. Because I was thinking about this the other day. There was a camaraderie that you had as a listener to Howard Stern back in the old days. Howard Stern started being played in the Dallas market in the early 90s, and I loved that show. Just loved it. Recorded it every day. Listened to it later in the day after work. The Howard Stern that exists today, I don't even acknowledge him as being that guy. He's become this woke, total opposite of what he used to be. But there was a camaraderie because he hated the other DJs that did morning shows. There was he hated this guy named Don Imus, and he hated these guys Opie and Anthony, and he would his followers, his listeners would do prank calls to those shows, and Howard Stern would just rant on and on about how much he hates this. And I feel like I've kind of become that, ranting on about how much I hate people that not bag and board, what do you call it, slabbing comics and stuff. So I don't know. But it's weird how someone that used to be something that you dearly loved, now you don't even think about it. I was talking to John Goris on the phone yesterday. It's like The Simpsons somehow came up, and that was a show that I would watch religiously every Sunday night. And then at a certain point, I think they still make The Simpsons. I don't know if it's still on the air. At a certain point, you just realize, hey, I haven't watched The Simpsons in years, and I used to love that. What happened? I think maybe there was a bad season or two, and then you just stop remembering. Weird how the world works, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so the Lone Rider that I showed you the other day, one of my Christmas gifts from my wife was allowing me to get some books from Gotham City Comics. It's a Lone Ranger ripoff. Some kid had colored it in ballpoint. This actually is a Christmas gift from Kevin Johnson at Gotham City Comics, because he just threw this one into the order free. It was one of the books that was in my hold pile, but he just threw it in, and that's great. So now it's getting put into a Golden Age bag and board that makes it look really cool. But there's a few. Oh, I don't even want to get into it. Let's see. There's some shows on YouTube that annoy me, you know. I mean, everyone's annoyed by Comic Book Tom or whatever his name is, and there's some shows that are just great on my last nerve, and I kind of feel like I'm the way Howard Stern used to be when he was talking about Don Imus and Opie and Anthony and all these idiotic other people that were on. Here's A Date with Judy, which I guess I'm going to file it under A. So, I don't know. Would you file it under D? I question. That'll make it the first book in the box. This is a box of older books that won't fit into the most average boxes, because most boxes won't accommodate Golden Age. And this box, which is a really great looking box with that and look at that, I put the sticker on the front that was given to me by Kevin at Gotham City Comics. So I customized this already cool box. Okay, where were we? Okay, we got this fake Captain Marvel Jr., which is fake. This is a high-grade book. Actually, there's a new book that reprints these Cave Girl stories. I've got it on hold for me at Gotham City Comics. Chilly Willy. There's Crime Does Not Pay. Man, I don't know if you want to see all these books. Maybe I should do what I need to do. Oh, wait, here's some unboarded. Okay. I have a Dale Evans comic that needs to be bagged and boarded. Because this book has never been bagged and boarded, ever. It was bought from it was a collection that came into Gotham City Comics that had belonged to this woman since the early 50s. When she was a little girl, she passed away. Her kid brought in all his mom's comics and his valuable comics from the 90s. And so he showed the 90s comics that he thought were going to be valuable, which really aren't. And then he said, well, I also have all this stuff that my mom had, and that was the stuff that was amazing. But this had never been bagged and boarded. And it's perfectly fine. So we're going to use the Golden Age bag and board here that's being used on Champion 7. So Dale Evans is... let me take a look at this. Look at that, man. Look at his teeth. I'm trying to think who that reminds me of. A little bit, doesn't that look a little like Taylor Swift? Someone was showing me a picture of Taylor Swift next to a picture of Napoleon Dynamite, and it's like, it just looks like Napoleon Dynamite with a wig on. Yes, indeed. Champions number 7 goes over here to be filed into these Bronze Age and up boxes. There's Champions 3, here's 7. Okay, now, every time the camera drops and I wind up with a 30-minute show, nobody watches it. People do not want to watch a Hotel Orloff show that's only half an hour, I found. Even though that's what they say, algorithmically, that's, you don't want to have a long show. But that's not true with the whoever it is that watches this channel likes long form shows, and I usually can get a show about an hour and 17 minutes long when I clear off a few apps off my desktop and delete a few things, because I don't have much memory on my iPhone. I got to get a new one, I guess. But where am I going to get the money for that? Okay, Dale Evans is ready to go. She's protected. Okay. There's a Donald Duck. Here's a few Don Winslow of the Navy. I like this villainous pirate lady. Another Don Winslow cover. Okay. So I'm looking for books that don't have bags and boards. Here's one. Geronimo, Indian fighter. Needs a bag and board, which we'll take from Invaders 13. Damn. I wish comics like this were still made. But you wish. Here's what I was talking about: King Kong. That might have been when it all started. When life just started to right about that time. Life started to just. You started realizing, is life just going to be a serious? I was looking forward to that King Kong movie, man, and then when I saw it at the General Cinema Theater that day, that my mom took me there, it was so disappointing. You know what I remember more than anything is getting a frozen chocolate cream pie, Marie Callender or whatever, on the way home from that theater. I don't know why that stuck in my head. At the supermarket that's now a church that my old friend goes to. Yeah. The King Kong movie was a real disappointment. So you start, that was 1976, Christmas 76. And then the next summer you had Star Wars, and that was great. And of course, December of '78, Superman the movie came out. That was just, I think they just had the anniversary of that. The 45th anniversary of Superman the movie coming out was the 15th. Just, wait, today's the 17th? I don't even know what, is today the 17th? Maybe, it seems like it was a few days ago. It was the anniversary of when Superman the movie came out. I went on the first day. Loved that movie. Although I thought it was jarring, the way the villain was portrayed compared to the tone of the rest of the movie. But oh well. Invaders. Crew. Okay, there goes that. Okay, so now got this for Geronimo Indian Fighter. Look, they figure if you're reading Geronimo Indian Fighter that you need to figure out, you know, how to get along with girls. Now, this, I guess, is what all the people on YouTube say is a dirty cover. So, yeesh. You got a little bit of staple rust there, ladies and gentlemen. Didn't even notice that. Oh, well. I just read these things carefully. Look at this Lone Ranger ad. Anyway, I'm not going to remove the cover to clean the dirt off this thing. It's vintage dirt. It's dirt from the original owner of Geronimo Indian Fighter, which was, I think, that lady as a little girl. Either that or her brother's collection and her collection were merged. But anyway, when it's put into this, looks really great. So, you know, I go through here and do all this, and probably the next time that someone goes through this is after I pass away, and my wife goes through this trying to figure out what the heck it is. And, you amass all this. I don't want to get morbid, but it's like ultimately you start wondering, oh well, it's G.I. Joe, man. Okay, that's just wonderful. Whoever this artist is one of the greats. I mean, that's just as good as this art in the Sistine Chapel to me. This is one of the most valuable comics in my collection, and it doesn't have a board. Maybe I should rectify that. Here's Invaders 39. How about that fancy word, rectify, man? Rectify. Some words you think, well, I could use this word, but then I'm going to sound like an egghead. Maybe I shouldn't use that word. What are some words like that? Like trope. It's like most people don't know what the word trope means. If you went to the mall near your house, if you have a mall near your house, there may not be anyone or maybe one person in that whole mall that knows what that word means. You use that word because it makes you feel good about yourself. But sometimes they'll think, well, I can use that word, but people aren't going to know what I mean. Like a couple of days ago, I heard two people, well, in the space of 2 days, I heard two people use the word iteration. And it's like, I know the word. One of them is a friend of mine, Dr. Soulrage, used the different iterations of the Justice League. And the other one was someone else that is not a friend of mine. But they used iteration, and it's like, wow, I've never said that word before, and this, I think that what just now was the first time I've ever said the word iteration in my life. And I may have used the word trope a couple of times in my life, but it's like, I don't know, it's one of those things where you just feel like, I don't know, should I use that word? Should I use trope, or just like, man, you see that a lot of times in a lot of these movies, you know, instead of just, I don't know, man, you just don't want to, what am I doing? Oh, Invaders has to be asleep. So how are you guys doing, ladies and gentlemen? Invaders. Nothing wrong with using high-level vocabulary. Okay. Oh, I have an issue of Funny Animals. In terrible condition, but how about that? Oh, wow, look, Gene Autry. And it's a Christmas cover. The guy you have to thank for Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Much more than you have Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer's parents to thank, because, you know, Rudolph, I love the Rudolph Rankin Bass special, but boy, does Rudolph's dad, he's an asshole. Santa Claus is a jerk. All the people that you love in that are shown to be horrible jerks. Oh, here's a book that needs to be bagged and boarded. Of course, it doesn't have a cover. Goofy gander. You guys bag and board books that don't have covers? I guess so. I'd rather bag and board something that has a cover to protect. What is this, an issue of Giggle or Ha Ha? I think it's Giggle. Ha 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 ha. How about that? Headline, I'll pull on Cassidy. Order from the town. Oh. John Wayne is in a Golden Age bag, but I'd rather have him in there with a board. So I'll get this Invaders number 27 out. Thrill to the Cavern of Doom. Yeah, the last episode, I sure was talkative. I was just trying to get all the thoughts that had been in my head for a couple of weeks since I did my last show. I just couldn't wait to get them out. And then I was told in the comments, well, you hit all the major talking points from the last 3 years. It might be great for someone that's new to your show, but for the regular viewers, it was kind of tedious. And it's like, oh man, I don't want to make a tedious show. Oh well. John Wayne. That's John Wayne number 6. Here's John Wayne. It's kind of an old bag. I think I'm just going to deep six that. No, I could put that coverless book in that bag, I guess. Okay. Lois Lane is going to be freed up. So, I sure don't like putting books in tightly. Looks, I don't know about that, man. This is a Silver Age bag, man. Foolin'. It's a bag, man, and it's really too tight, man. Eesh. That's a little too tight for my taste, but what can you do, ladies and gentlemen? Superman's girlfriend. There's Superman's pal. Okay. So, John Wayne, number 24, gets to go into a bag and board. Cool. Unbelievably cool. It's the new 1953 Space Commander Vibromatic walkie-talkies, ladies and gentlemen. Those would be cool to have. They're thinking of shutting down the internet. Have you heard about that? That's Barack Obama, who's really running, he's the puppeteer behind Joe Biden. He owns, I don't know if he has a production studio. He's somehow one of the owners of Netflix. And everyone's pointing out that Barack Obama's behind 2 movies that have just been put on Netflix. One is about a, what do they call it? A cyber crash where the internet goes down, which is one thing they're planning. So everyone's saying that the government's planning to shut the internet down to create confusion, because they're realizing they're not going to win unless they do something big. And then the other one's about the other movie is about a civil war, an American Civil War. So they're hoping that they can get the Republican type conservatives angry enough that they'll start doing something. And then they're hoping these are our only chances if we just create problems enough. Oh, well, that's what people are saying. Here's another this one's okay. It's got a bag and board. But look at this, John Carter of Mars definitely needs a bag and board. So let's do that. Let's see what we can. We're going to take this supervillain team-up book, number 7, out, and then put that into a bag and board from its time period, and it went in fine. Supervillain. And then John Carter of Mars from Dell. I cannot tell you how much I love the John Carter of Mars books. And now, Charlton 66 apparently puts all of his books into Golden Age, which is fine. The only problem is finding boxes to put the bags and boards in, because they just don't seem to make them that way. Here's another John Carter. It's bagged and boarded. Jungle Comics. There's a Jumbo. Drew the dog is here. What are you up to, Drew the dog? Oh, I don't think I have any more rats. Okay, that's the last of the Golden Age books that I can fix. This is just an X-Men, fake X-Men comic. It's a facsimile. And I think I already have this issue, so I bought a facsimile. Sometimes I'll buy a facsimile of a book I already have. I know it's crazy. Okay, so that's done. Oh, this Invaders needs to be bagged and boarded. Where's... Oh. Wait, I gotta file some more Golden Age books into that box. There's 39. Invaders 15. Okay. Okay. Well, that box went to what letter? At the end of the box, we're on Oswald, Pee-wee Pixies, Plastic Man. Okay, so Lone Rider will go in there. John Wayne, John Carter, Jungle, Laugh, Little Abner. Oh, man. Yeah, so Lone Rider goes in there. This is Lone Rider. Can you order bags and boards from Amazon that are Golden Age? I need to look that up. Oh, they don't put the issue numbers on the cover. Here's another issue of the Lone Rider that I got from that same stash, that same lady's collection. He got this giant collection in, and Jambo, Graphic Man, and myself had a chance to kind of go through it virtually on a StreamYard show. And then we had a bunch of books that we pulled. But then a couple of days later, a customer came in to Gotham City Comics and bought everything that we hadn't pulled. We were hoping that would just stay there and not sell, and we get to pull, forever. But someone came in, I want to buy the whole thing. A guy that's... And a lot of that's, I guess, now up on eBay. He was buying it to resell it. So, anyway, at least we got to pull some amazing stuff. Can't get it all, right? Yeah. Why are you barking? Drew must be barking because he's going up on the bed in the guest bedroom, and the cats are probably on top of the bed. That's what it sounds like, at least. Okay, so. Everything happens to Harvey. So that should go in this box too. Harvey. Harvey, and then Haunt of Fear. Okay. And then, oh wait, I've got this Mylar bag that maybe I could put that other Lone Rider in. Will it fit? No. Why do I have this? What did I pull out of it? No, I got to get some Golden Age. But it's not that I have that much Golden Age, but... Okay. Okay, let me get that other black box. There it is. Oh. Dang it! What the heck? It's a fake facsimile of a cereal box that just fell. The Batman Periscope. I remember getting a Periscope when I was a kid that looked just like that, but it wasn't a Batman one. I've got to file a few more things in here. Okay. Oh boy. This facsimile of Weird Mysteries.